I'm totally convinced that the end of my football career is just the beginning of something I haven't even discovered yet. Life is not shrinking for me. It's morphing into a whole new world of possibilities.
That was Peyton Manning more than 3 years ago as he embarked on his post-playing career. Lots of chapters still to be written for Peyton Manning, who's still in his early 40s. But we decided to parlay the rumor of the Jets wanting Peyton Manning to come run their football operations into a draft for this Monday edition of Pro Football Talk Live. The most memorable post-playing careers with two caveats, Chris. One, no announcers. Two, no coaches. So with those removed, because they would be all announcers and coaches if we did that. So we're going to do the most memorable post-playing career. And the key word is memorable. Could be good, could be bad, could be neutral. But memorable is the key. So go ahead. It's the forgettable rigged coin toss where Chris calls tails. He knows tails is always where it comes up on Monday. Go ahead.
No, it's going heads here. Heads all the way. Go heads. It's not a rigged coin toss. I'm just that good. See? I'm that good. I am so in Kristen's head in the back. She's trying to make you win, Mike, just so you know. But I am that amazing at being the oracle of heads and tails. Thy oracle of heads and tails.
If you were that good at reading defenses, you'd still be playing in the NFL.
Exactly right. I wouldn't be here with you, that's for sure. I know that. Okay, my first pick, I'm going with Roger Staubach. Most memorable post-playing career. Yeah, it might not be like that memorable as far as national headlines or things like that, but Roger Staubach, after his awesome career as, being captain comeback and Mr. Clutch and all the great things he did, he opened up a real estate firm, and I've always knew about this, but I was even in amazement as I was looking it up last night a little bit. I just didn't realize he capitalized in the way he did, but had his own real estate agency. Of course, it became very successful, and they sold it about 10 years ago for $613 million. Pretty good day's work right there. But I look at that as going, that's an unbelievable, successful, very memorable post-playing career. I don't know. It might not be that memorable as far as national headlines, but, man, I would remember all that money going in my bank account.
Sorry. Welcome back to the Mike Francesa Show. What are you doing? What are you doing? There's been plenty of great businessmen. How can it be
none
memorable?
Of them. Tell me. All the plenty ones.
Steve Young.
Whoa, he's killing it. $613 million. Keep going ahead. Let me hear another one. Hey, plenty.
Let me tell you something. How can it be memorable if we're not even aware of it? It has to be something that we know about. I've never thought twice about Roger Staubach post-playing other than seeing him somewhere and saying, hey, there's Roger Staubach. Gosh. I didn't even know what he did after he quit playing.
Ben, you need to follow the football a little bit more. I knew he was doing this 10 years ago.
I follow the football. All right. Look, this is why I emphasize memorable. Because I don't approve.
Oh, here
I think
he
goes.
Should be in
Negative
jail. Nancy on a Monday morning. Go ahead.
O.J. Simpson. How is that not the most memorable post-football playing career? The guy had the trial of the century, dominated everyone's conscience to the point where people even forgot he played football and he was a Hall of Famer. O.J. Simpson, without question. I mean, I think the guy's guilty. I think he should be in jail. And he's lived this notorious life afterward. He went back to jail with the what did he try to do? He tried to steal his own memorabilia that people had taken from him and they were selling, and he was trying to, whatever it was, but he went to jail and he just got out a year ago. O.J. Simpson, without question, again, notorious, not a respectable post-playing career, but by far, that's the obvious no-brainer first pick.
I guess it's not really within the spirit of what we're talking about. We're talking about Peyton Manning getting a job and having something successful happen. So, yes,
that's I emphasized.
Great. I'm glad you emphasized it 4 seconds before we started the segment. That was great that you emphasized it then. We had a text message going on at 7 o'clock last night. Okay?
I have the receipts. You went to bed at 8. That's your problem. Memorable. It's memorable.
Okay, great. That was a horrible pick. That's stupid. He had no success after.
Nice
Thank you.
At least
my
you
next
stayed awake during mine.
Is going to Michael Strahan, okay, as far as memorable. I mean, come on. Michael Strahan, Hall of Fame NFL defensive end, and goes into the entertainment business and becomes a a superstar. I mean, Good Morning America, or whatever the heck the show is he's on in the morning. I think it's Good Morning America. He was on Regis.
That's a way to make your case. You're making one hell of a case.
He was on Regis and Kelly there for a while, of course, where it was Michael Strahan and Kelly. I mean, come on. That's let alone also being on Fox, Sunday pregame show. I look at Michael Strahan and just go, gosh, he's a Hall of Fame football player, and he's already having a Hall of Fame career after the fact. And it's not just about talking about football. It's about, every genre underneath the sun. And he's pretty much killed it to me. So, yes, I am going with Michael Strahan as my second pick.
That's a fine line. I almost threw the challenge flag on you because he got started as an announcer. He's on the Fox pregame show, and he's still on it now.
Yep.
But I'll let you slide on this.
That's not announcing the pregame show. That's not announcing either.
Well, but it still counts. Yeah. You're not going to be included in this. You're in the bucket as well. But the idea that he very much wanted to replace Regis Philbin and got it, and then parlayed that into Good Morning America. He basically did what Tiki Barber wanted to do. Tiki Barber couldn't, Michael Strahan did, and God only knows how much money he's making now with everything that he's doing. So
yeah,
I'll give you that one. Far more memorable than Roger Staubach, by the way. No disrespect intended to Roger Staubach. All right, for me, look, I'm going to because we only excluded coaching. We didn't exclude executives. And I've said this many a time. If Ozzie Newsome didn't already have a bust in the Hall of Fame for his time as a tight end with the Browns, he would deserve a bust in the Hall of Fame for what he did as the longtime general manager of the Baltimore Ravens. Unparalleled success. The draft in 1996, amid all that turmoil, as the Browns moved to Baltimore and everything that was going on, they still were able to focus in and get Jonathan Ogden and Ray Lewis in the same round of the same draft. Two Hall of Famers in one draft in the year that they moved. Unbelievable what Ozzie Newsome did. I think single-handedly the person most responsible for the two Super Bowls the franchise has won. And if they did have a way that a guy could go into put a second bust, put a young Ozzie Newsome bust in there and an older Ozzie Newsome bust, because he should get a separate bust for what he's done as the general manager of the Baltimore Ravens. I
won't disagree with you there. I mean, it was pretty awesome. I mean, what Ozzie Newsome built in Baltimore was special. Eye for a talent, eye for the proper attitude that fit within the organization's theme, tough, physical, just phenomenal way about him. And of course, Baltimore was relevant and in the playoff conversation almost every year of the Ozzie Newsome era. So certainly one of the better GMs in football, in football history. So I get you there. That's a good one all the way. I'm going along the same lines for my third round pick. I'm going with John Elway. I mean, hey, John Elway, you could talk about, we won 2 Super Bowls. He played in 5, post-playing career. I mean, Elway's restaurant, I don't know if anybody's been out to Denver. First of all, Elway's is a huge, it's 2 great restaurants that I know of there in the city. Been a huge success.
You better get a free meal the next time you're out there.
No, I don't get any free meals. But what he's done as, I don't even know what his official title is with the Denver Broncos. He's the man. That's all I know he is. Is he the president of football operations, or vice president, I believe he is. But regardless, he's brought the Denver Broncos, since he's been running the show there in Denver, to 2 Super Bowls. Okay, they won one of them. I think it's a pretty stellar career that he's had, post-playing career, whether it's business ventures off the field or what he's done with the Denver Broncos as an executive.
Yeah, look, I don't disagree with that. I think he is the president of football operations, and basically he's in charge of everything that they do on that side of the operation.
I wasn't sure if Joe Ellis
maybe
was the president.
Joe Ellis is like the, I don't know, CEO, CFO, COO, C something. I don't know. There's too many initials out there for me to understand what they all are. But I remember when Elway got the job, I was very skeptical, because he didn't have any experience. He's walking like no one else was going to hire him to be essentially the GM of a football operation. It was only the Broncos because of what he did as a player.
Sure.
This wasn't a guy who worked his way up and went from school to school, grinding it out as a scout and learning the trade from the inside out. I was very, very skeptical, and I was the first one to admit I was wrong once they were able to win the Super Bowl.
You're not skeptical about Peyton Manning though, with that from that same
No, because
sort?
I think because I've learned. I've seen the light. I mean, I wasn't skeptical about John Lynch. I was skeptical about Matt Millen, but I think that I just think that Peyton Manning gets it, and I think Peyton Manning will put in every moment necessary to understand exactly what it takes to be successful as the GM, VP of football operations, whatever title you give him with an NFL team. All right, look, I've already won this thing.
Nobody talks about O.J. Simpson in 10 years. You didn't win anything. All my people are more relevant and better. Go ahead.
All right. Look, and we did not place any limit on a guy's playing career, and this guy only spent 2 years in the NFL. He played for the Raiders in 1970 and 1971.
Oh, my gosh. You're going to lose the draft here.
No, I'm not going to lose the draft because you left Apollo Creed on the board, baby. Carl Weathers. You're talking about this guy played in the NFL.
Doesn't even count.
And he became Apollo. Yes, it counts.
No,
he played in the
two-year
NFL,
careers, guys like that don't count. Gosh.
No, okay. He became, how long did you play? He became
8.
Apollo
4 times
Creed.
more than that. 4 times more. 8.
Are you Apollo Creed? You look kind of like, what's the other guy, the Russian guy? But
Drago.
Drago. I'm just telling you. One of the most iconic movies of all time, the best sports movie of all time, hands down, a franchise that still spawns movies, and he was Chubbs in Happy Gilmore. That pushes him over the top.
You know, that was awesome,
Carl
without
Weathers.
a doubt. Yeah, I mean, that's just against the spirit of what we were talking about today, though. There was better options out there, and people who have had more 2-year career is almost disqualification.
More people know. More people know what Carl Weathers did after his playing career
know
than
that he
what Roger
played.
Staubach
None
did.
of those people know he
They
played.
do now.
So now they do. I won this one. It's not even close. You kind of bent the rules and did whatever you wanted to do. O.J. Simpson had a memorable year, and that's about it. It hasn't been that memorable. Sorry, buddy.
I played to the limit of the rules. Memorable former player. There was no limit on how long he played, and the question was memorable. So O.J. Simpson, far and away the most memorable career of any former NFL player. There are the picks. Staubach, Strahan, Elway for Simms, O.J. Simpson, Ozzie Newsome, Carl Weathers, a.k.a. Apollo Creed, a.k.a. Chubbs for me.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.